Aquarius, and welcome to your November 2018 general reading. Just give me a minute to set my timer. It's very interesting. I pulled a set of cards here, and they're exactly the same as the cards that I pulled in my own general reading for the month. So a lot of Wands cards has stood out to me. So the Wands are the active principle. There might be a feeling about being a bit overwhelmed, especially in the work department, because you've got the Ten of Wands. So the good news about the Ten of Wands is something's coming to an end, okay? But it might be you're just at the finish line. But sometimes the more challenging cards are actually the most rewarding, because that's what gets us to create something new. And right in the soul position, you've got the beautiful Ace of Wands, which is about birthing something new. And maybe that's why there's a feeling of being a little bit loaded here. But let me just carry on. The cards that are behind you, so the last week of October, you are in such power, such soul force here, and especially about activating the way forward, your sense of destiny, your sense of empowerment. Very much, you know, when we have a vision and we've got this place in mind and we're just going for it. And with the Magician, he has the 4 aces. It's about drawing to us the power of the universe to help us move forward. Very powerful major arcanas. So my feeling is, Aquarius, you're in a really powerful position. The universe might be pushing you, nudging you, leading you. And the trick is always to listen to those nudges. And that's when fear comes in, because generally we're nudged to take chances and take risks. And a part of us always wants to hold on to the security we do have, which is exactly what you've got, because what you want is the 4 of discs. So for some of you, this might be holding on to security. The 4 of discs generally is about that. It can be about keeping people at bay and keeping people just sort of guarding yourself from people, Aquarius, because you've got the 7 of Wands in your relationship house. These are both very similar cards, okay? There's a sense of very strong boundaries around you, which is interesting because your additional guidance card is the soulmate, okay? So there's definitely the energy of relationships here, but for some reason there's also the energy of protection. Maybe some of you are in a toxic work environment and there's something going on where you need to guard your energy a little bit. So I definitely know what these cards mean to me. And there's also, because you want the 4 of discs, you might be encouraged to take some risks, but you're a bit fearful about letting go of these four pentacles. So you might be called to make courageous decisions. The problem with the 4 of pentacles is if you hold on to these 4, that's all you get. Sometimes we're encouraged to move forward, to take risks, and that's the irony. Because when we move forward and take risks, that's when we get new beginnings and a lot of new opportunities come our way. But you definitely want to make sure these 4 pentacles are in place before you move forward, Aquarius. This is what I'm sort of picking up for you. Now, your blessing is the 3 of Cups. What a beautiful card, because the 3 of Cups is about joy, okay? These people are flying, and we fly when we release what's holding us back. And what generally holds us back is memories, conditions, situations which drag our spirit. They make our hearts heavy. that is definitely not going to be your energy this month, Aquarius. This is about joy and celebrating with other people. Now, your challenge is the Justice card, which means some of you might be going forward but not fully knowing how it's all going to pan out for you, because this Justice card, she's blind, okay, which tends to mean it's the energy you put out that comes back to you. Okay, that's a real karma. So why is the Justice card a challenge? Okay, because I think by the looks of it, some of you are still completing things, because the World card is showing up. So there might be things that are still being brought to a completion. And because of that, maybe you feel a little bit stuck, okay? Venus is still in retrograde, so it's an inward focus rather than outward action. So it's definitely a challenge of completing things, and maybe some of you can't quite see what's coming next. I might pull you one more card. So I already spoke about these cards. Your relationships is a little bit of guardedness, okay? I'll do relationship readings next week. But you're just sort of keeping your own boundaries, and that's okay. It's okay if that's what you want to do. Honour yourself always, okay? And work and money. Something's coming to an end, okay? It looks like you're exhausted. The Ten of Wands tends to mean a feeling of having too many wands, that you've taken too much on. The good news is he's about to put these wands down, and look what's coming from your soul. The beautiful Ace of Wands. This is about birthing new potentials, activating things, going after things. So some of you might be starting a new job or looking for a new job, birthing new sort of projects or new relationships, but there's still a sort of energy of taking things very, very, very slowly with both these cards, because maybe some of you haven't really fully completed the chapters from before, okay? Because that's where the World card is showing up as a challenge with the Justice card. We need to always be completing chapters before we move on, because if not, that's what creates difficult and challenging circumstances, which we all have to resolve in the long run. Now, your outcome, first of all, you've got the Five of Wands and then the King of Wands. So the Five of Wands is a little bit of a it's a push and pull card. Head going in one way, heart going on the other. All these Wands cards. There's definitely a little bit of stress, but then the beautiful King of Wands appears with the Ace of Pentacles, okay? The King of Wands might be a fire sign person, or this is about you really, really pushing forward this month, especially towards the end of the month. It looks like you're carrying a lot, okay, especially in work, because when that Ten of Wands, sometimes you feel that you're carrying more than you should, so other people are expecting a lot from you. Sometimes it can be about feeling resentful, feeling fed up, and that's what these wands are. But this Ace with that King is about you going forward to actualize something completely new. And then here comes your Ace of Discs, which is about a new chapter, can be a new job. Yeah, with the Sun card, you are definitely breaking through to joy here, Aquarius. But to tell you the truth, especially funnily enough around work, there's definitely a feeling of being quite depleted, because that Ten of Wands, to me, when I pull it, I tend to feel quite exhausted with the amount that I've got going on, okay? Yeah, I'm going to clarify it. I've clarified it with the Two of Cups. That's funny. because it's almost there might be an important relationship at work too, or there's going to be one, but you're sort of guarding yourself from the soulmate energy for some reason, Aquarius, okay? I'm now absolutely baffled. Well, I'm not actually. But there's things that need to be completed, okay? That this definitely is for these two cards. You've got two aces, which means you're completing things and birthing new things. Now, people who know me know that's my favourite combination of cards, okay? The trick is always successful completion. It doesn't matter how much you're in that Ten of Wands. And this is about starting a new job, a new project. Try and see things through to successful, and then you don't have to meet with those circumstances again. There might be a relationship at work. There's definitely the energy of being quite guarded, okay? Then you're definitely going to some money, Aquarius, because look, Ace of Discs, the Sun card, and the Ten of Discs. So if any of you are trying to change job, because holding on to that Four of Pentacles means you're trying to hold on to something. Like maybe you've got this set income that you need every time, okay? I really don't think there's anything to worry about here, because you're moving to this exciting 3 cards, the Sun, the 10 and the Ace of Discs, to say that you're going towards this new beginning and this completion. And it might be a bit of a exhausting transition. We're in the Scorpio month. Everyone's exhausted because Scorpio is about dropping the old in order to birth the new. And it's quite an intense process. And when we feel that intense, we become depleted and we become really tired. But this is a classic reading of going forward to create something brand new. And I am very excited, actually, Aquarius, to tell you the truth. I'm not saying there's not going to be tricky minutes, and I'm doing my weekly, so maybe look out about how it's all unfolding now, and you can see how it's progressing. But there's definitely a theme of security, and maybe some of you are guarding yourself from someone, okay? We do things for a reason. So best of luck, Aquarius, and I'll be back next week. Bye.